Well, it is Monday, August 26th, 2024, about 7:30 in the morning. Left the dock back at Whitefish Point about 20-25 minutes ago probably. The ship out there, looking at Boat Nerd, is probably the Joseph L. Block. In fact, not probably, it's almost certain that it is. All we can see is not much more than a silhouette, so. And although not strong, we got about 9 knots of, is that true or apparent?
True.
I was going to say. So I've got about 9 knots of wind right on the nose, but it's coming right up the bay, 20 miles of fetch, so we're plowing into some pretty good sized seas. Not horrendous, but enough to impede our progress a little bit. Gorgeous sunrise. We weren't able to enjoy it because we were asses and elbows getting off the dock. It's a little tight space for this boat. 15 foot 4-inch beam, and there really isn't any way to use any fenders, at least not without fender boards, and we left ours behind. We thought we never use those things, we'll just leave them behind. So they're sitting in the storage unit doing us a lot of good. So yeah, anyway, trying to hold the boat off of the Pelican posts and the dock, and it's a little difficult for 2 people and a 44,000 pound boat to manage. And you got 10 knots of wind blowing you right, hitting you broadside in the slip. So anyway, we managed to get out without damage. Thank goodness for rub rails. We squeaked against one for a minute. Lightly.
More than you wanted.
More than I didn't want to touch the dock at all, so. But we did, we touched it. So it's about 9:45, and got a ship out here. That's the Federal Hudson, according to Boat Nerd. And this is a tug. It showed up as a different name earlier. Now it's showing up as Cheraw, C-H-E-R-A-W, I think. Anyway, about a little over halfway across Whitefish Bay. Winds have been blowing up pretty regularly in the 17 knot range. We've been right on the nose, of course, and we've been plowing through the seas that it's generated. I'm reticent to say anything. Seems like it's moderating a little bit now, wave-wise, and I expect it will continue to do so as we near the St. Mary's River. So, and I realized this morning, we've been looking at the forecast for the last 3 days. We decided to take a day off and go over to the Maritime Museum, the Shipwreck Museum at Whitefish Point. Turns out we could have gone through that the afternoon we got there, and then crossed the bay here yesterday while it was nice and calm. But they weren't forecasting more than about 10 knots of wind today for the last couple of days. And we just listened to the marine forecast, which I didn't do before we left this morning. They're saying 10 to 20 knots now. And of course, since it's not in our favor, that forecast was reliable. So as I say, we've been seeing pretty regularly 17 knots of wind, occasional little puffs up to 18, 19. But we're finally making some headway again. Anyway, I should have filmed a little bit of it when it was still a little rougher. I stopped talking because it was probably going to be windy and couldn't hear anything anyway. So anyway, yeah. It wouldn't have shown up on camera anyway, no matter how rough it is. It never does the waves justice or the boat motion or anything else. That is all. seen on this is the Grow Cap Reefs light. And that kind of closes our circle on Lake Superior. And because it never fails, we got the Manitoulin, a ship coming up the channel here towards us, and our little AIS warning on our radios blaring. So, but anyway, with that, we kind of close our circle on Lake Superior, and we are no longer someplace we haven't been yet.
How about that?
How about that? And have to say, we had a great time up here. Kind of glad to be getting closer to waters we're somewhat more familiar with. Felt a little out of place here. It was a little eerie when we first came out onto Lake Superior, and for some reason it feels a little eerie going back in. Kind of like, what the hell are we doing here, and what were we doing up here in the first place? Anyway, we had a good time, and I have plenty of thoughts on our trip that I'll convey another time.
I am kind of, well, when we came up the lake, or when we got to Whitefish Point, everything was calm, and I'm like, this is our farewell almost, and knowing we had still another 20 miles, but that 20 miles was a little ruckus today.
Yeah, it didn't make the last 20 miles very easy on us. It was kind of a rough ride plowing into all the waves. Everything's moderated now, of course. We're getting close to the South Shore. Winds haven't died much. There's still about 14 knots, but everything's beeping. Seas have flattened a little bit, and so we're going to try the American locks going down. Hopefully that's not a mistake. For a while we were up here listening to the Canadian maritime broadcasts, the Canadian canal was closed, and we just assumed it probably would be by the time we got back down here. I can't find any information now that indicates that it's closed now, but nonetheless, we thought it might be not necessarily fun. Don't turn that off. I don't know what the ship is going to do. I doubt he'd contact us for any reason.
Okay.
But I want to have that open, so we'll have to deal with the noise.
Coast Guard 29309, this is second Northern Alexa, channel 60.
So anyway, I'm rambling again.
Take a picture of the light again.
Okay,
Or a photo.
light's a little closer. It's right somewhere, should be right in there. I can't see it on this little screen. And the other thing I forgot to mention is that we left Sault Ste. Marie three weeks ago in one day.
Wow.
It was 3 weeks ago yesterday that we left. So almost 3 weeks exactly that we were past this spot.
The Philip R. Clark, and we just passed the number 7 buoy coming down on the St. Mary's.
Well, this is what the approach to the American locks looks like. Approaching from the west. So we're going to go under a railroad lift bridge up here, and also the highway bridge. The lift bridge is already up.
So here are the vessels that just got locked up. So I don't know if we'll be the only ones going down, but anyway, looks like we're good to go. Railroad bridge. Highway bridge.
Yeah, get a picture of each of us. We're on our way down in the American lock. Okay, leaving the American locks. Back down on the level of Lakes Huron and Michigan.